talking. We're here in the Mexican restaurant with my son Cole and daughter-in-law McKenna, and we're talking about some of their processing difficulties and things, like loud noises. And Cole, of course, has high-functioning autism, and McKenna has CP, cerebral palsy, plus other stuff. And what else do you have? Your other thing?
Spina bifida.
Right.
And auditory processing disorder.
So we were talking about how you guys process things like in a loud restaurant like this.
Yeah, it's harder to distinguish people's voices from the background, or to hear your own voice. Like, I feel like I'm straining, trying to talk loud enough so you guys can hear me.
Yeah. Trying to talk louder, but like
My
you
voice
don't talk louder, your tone just changes.
Yeah. My voice is so low.
Which I've been telling him for like decades now.
Yeah.
Speak up.
I don't think that's gonna change.
Hasn't worked.
Yeah.
It's not working.
No, the only time that happens is if I'm yelling at the cat.
Yeah. Well, you gotta pretend you're yelling at the cat when you're speaking in restaurants.
Yeah.
But don't get angry.
I always call that his dad voice.
Right. But McKenna, we were talking about your processing stuff about also of lights, and you actually had a seizure last night.
Yeah.
Right. And what might have brought that on was,
I think we were in a very busy restaurant, and I think my brain got overloaded trying to hear what everyone was saying, and with all the chaos of the restaurant, and it was 90-something degrees yesterday, and it was just like a lot.
plus you were doing some work last night, right?
Yeah.
Was that for your website?
Yeah.
The church website?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you built the website for your church up in North Dakota.
Yeah, and I run all their social media and do the weekly slideshows with the songs for service and all of those things.
And then you put that on their website.
Yep.
And they actually pay you for that, right?
They do.
Yeah. But you were doing that last night, and late at night, and it was kind of stressful.
Yeah.
Something.
I think I just got overloaded.
Yeah, and the calculations you were doing, they were actually supposed to be for. She was trying to figure out how many squares of yarn to use for this blanket she's making. So she was trying to do all these calculations for that.
Length of the squares.
Length of the blanket, the squares.
In your head?
Oh,
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Well, I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
But that was. I'm looking at her. I'm like.
How are you?
It's like, how are you doing all this math at this time of night?
I was trying to figure out, with the amount of squares I have done already, is my blanket going to be big enough to be a twin blanket?
Queen
How
or a
big is
king
it
or
going to be?
So this was for a blanket that you're making.
Yeah,
You're going to
just
knit?
a personal.
Yeah.
Because you knit,
project.
you do,
Crochet.
Crochet,
Yeah.
right.
I
And then
also
you were
quilt,
kind of
but-
stressing out about that.
Yeah, well, and it just took a lot of focus, and I think...
And then that caused what you think was a seizure,
Yeah.
which
I
you
think
get
so.
quite often.
Yeah,
Fairly often. I mean.
at least like... Yeah, and I didn't...
Once or twice a month you get those seizures.
Yeah,
I'd say
and
so.
it didn't really... I didn't notice it because I was kind of half asleep. But I
Okay.
woke up this morning and my neck is really sore probably from going,
And you've been having these seizures since you were a little girl?
my whole life.
Your whole
Yeah.
life, right,
Yeah.
right.
They used to be a lot worse, like the stereotypical seizures that you think of when someone,
Like a grand mal.
I would,
Like on the floor and convulsing uncontrollably like that.
So you used to get those, but
Yeah.
but they're not that bad anymore.
no,
So you take medication for that, right?
yes.
And that helps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right. I think that's good enough for now. So I'll just